Good morning, my friends. Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. From Gateway Pundit, the Democrats are not bringing out their best. They let an impeached federal judge, Congressman Hastings, set rules for the Trump impeachment. That's all we got. Who better is to set the rules for Trump's impeachment trial than a guy who has actually been impeached? That's right. The Democrats, in all their infinite wisdom, appointed L.C. Hastings as the vice chair of the Rules Committee. Again, God keeps just destroying the Democrat Party. Hastings went through an impeachment trial in 1988 on a bevy of crimes he committed while serving as a federal judge, playing in the Democrat sandbox. The disgraced ex-judge was elected to Congress by the crazed liberals. From David Martosco, here's something you don't see every day. L.C. Hastings, a former federal judge, impeached and removed from the bench for taking bribes, participating in a House hearing that sets the rules for an impeachment. Yes, Florida man strikes again. The United States Senate Historical Documents webpage explains, in 1981, a federal grand jury indicted Judge L.C. Hastings, appointed to the federal district court in 1979. Along with his friend William A. Borders, a Washington, D.C. lawyer, Hastings was charged with conspiracy and obstruction of justice for soliciting a $150,000 bribe in return for reducing the sentences of two mob-connected felons convicted in Hastings court. Oh, that's pretty bad, isn't it? A year after Borders was convicted of conspiracy, the result of an FBI sting effort, Hastings' case came before the criminal court. Despite Borders' conviction and the fact that Hastings had indeed reduced the sentences of the two felons, he was acquitted in a criminal court in 1983 and returned to his judicial post. There's no justice for Democrats, is there? Subsequently, suspicions arose that Hastings had lied and falsified evidence during the trial in order to obtain an acquittal. A special committee of the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals began a new probe into the Hastings case. The resulting 3-year investigation ended with a panel concluding that Hastings did indeed commit perjury, tamper with evidence, and conspire to gain financially by accepting bribes. The panel recommended further action to the U.S. Judicial Conference, which in turn informed the House of Representatives on March 17, 1987, that Judge L.C. Hastings should be impeached and removed from office. You think? He should be in prison. On August 3rd of 1988, following an investigation by the House Judiciary Subcommittee on Criminal Justice, the House of Representatives voted 413-3 to adopt Resolution 499, approving 17 articles of an impeachment against Hastings, the greatest number of articles in any impeachment proceeding to date. Wow. Charges included conspiracy, bribery, perjury, falsifying documents, thwarting a criminal investigation, and undermining the public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judiciary. The Senate received the articles on August 9, 1988. Following the precedent set in the 1986 Claiborne impeachment case, the Senate again chose to refer the matter to a special committee as authorized by Impeachment Rule 11, I believe. On March 16, 1989, the Senate rejected a motion by Hastings to dismiss the case and adopted State Resolution 38, creating a 12-member trial committee to hear evidence and then report to the full Senate on contested and uncontested facts. The committee was not tasked with making a recommendation on guilt or innocence. Committee hearings continued from July 10th to August 3rd, 1989. Consisting of 6 Republicans and 6 Democrats, the committee heard evidence for and against Hastings and took testimony from 55 witnesses, including Borders. The House managers presented convincing evidence that Hastings had indeed conspired with Borders to solicit the bribe. Hastings, who appeared in his own defense, objected to the use of the committee, insisting that the full Senate should be required to hear evidence. His motion failed. Hastings also insisted that the Senate trial amounted in legal terms to double jeopardy, since he had already been acquitted in a court of law. The trial committee presented its report on October 2nd, 1989. 16 days later, the trial began in the U.S. Senate, while prosecution and defense given 2 hours to summarize their cases. The Senate deliberated in closed session on October 19, 1989. The following day, the Senate voted on 11 of the 17 articles of impeachment, convicting Hastings by the necessary 2/3 vote on 8 articles. On 2 articles, the vote fell short of the required majority to convict. On Article 11, the Senate voted 95 not guilty to 0 guilty. The Senate's having achieved the necessary majority vote to convict on 8 articles, the Senate's President pro tempore, Robert C. Byrd, ordered Hastings removed from office. The Senate did not vote to disqualify him from holding future office. 4 years later, Hastings was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives for the term beginning January 3rd, 1993. As a member of that body on December 19, 1998, Hastings voted on 4 articles of impeachment against impeaching President William Jefferson Clinton, the rapist Slick Willie. He recently went on this rant. Note the board staff in the back checking her Instagram likes on her phone.
In the history of the United States, that has asked a foreign government or its leaders to investigate an American citizen for political purposes. Can anybody in here identify any president that has done that? Seeing none.
At this point, why wouldn't Republicans speak up about how Obama has done it over and over and over? But Hastings' problems aren't all in the past. There have been several recent scandals he's been caught up in. He's recently been investigated for having an improper relationship with a staffer. He made a joke about Trump drowning in the Potomac River last year. He was sued for sexual harassment in 2011, for which taxpayers eventually footed the $220,000 settlement. How does that make you feel? And in 2010, he accidentally revealed the truth about how the Democrats operate by saying on video, "We make up the rules as we go along." Oh, Pencil Neck sure does, doesn't he, with his sham impeachment? According to the Wikipedia page on him, dude is the poorest member of Congress, being $4 million in debt. Most of which being owed to attorneys who have represented him throughout his various scandals. He doesn't even pay his attorneys. He was caught using $24,000 of taxpayer money to lease a Lexus for his personal use, and he uses his congressional funds to hire his own family members as staffers. And this is the guy whom Democrats proclaim to be morally superior to us peasants. Black crime bosses. That's what they've hired to set the rules, the new rules that they make up as we go along for the Trump impeachment. How about that one? Pretty nut. You see, that's the best they can get, because all the real legit ones don't want to be part of Pencil Neck's sham impeachment trial. Thank you for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important announcement. Would you like to see most of your illnesses go away? Let me introduce you to the Water Smacker. A new modern breakthrough in science has come to knowledge, ridding your body of many toxins through this state-of-the-art new technology. The testimonials are endless. People have been healed of shingles, pancreas survivor healed, colon cancer patient healed. Your skin returns its oil back to itself and elasticity. Gray hair goes away. Look younger. Red blood cells return to being round. Plaque in your arteries is wiped out. Blood pressure is lowered. Feel stronger and have more energy. Return to a more youthful feeling and look. Pick up your Water Smacker today for only $350, and don't forget to mention Brother Jim sent you. The link is down below, along with a website and other videos for a much longer description. Thank you.